Do you believe in the concept of shadow ban or not? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. This is Arushi from Nailies by Arushi. If you're new here, do subscribe to my channel. But if you're already subscribing me, thank you so much. Your support means a lot. So today I'm here to share something very different, something usually I don't post, usually I don't share. So this is about something that recently happened with my account on Instagram. So I thought I'll share my experience because I realized that there could be a lot of people like me who, are in such a situation. I really hope not, but are in such a situation, or maybe they don't know what to do, and there are hundreds of articles which will really mislead you. There are hundreds of videos you will find that will really mislead you. So I decided to talk about it in the open because I felt that, if my video could just help 10 people also, I would really be glad. So what had happened was I had posted a story. I'm not sharing the contents of the story, but yeah, I mean, I posted a story which did violate the guidelines of Instagram, and I my story immediately got removed. And the moment it got removed, I got a notification from Instagram saying that this and this story does not meet the community guidelines, hence it's being removed. And the moment that happened, I really thought that okay, I made a mistake, and honestly, it was an honest mistake. I didn't even know that I'm doing something that's not supposed to be done. And the moment it got removed, I thought okay, it's done with, because a lot of times when you post a story which has a copyrighted content or maybe a copyrighted song, it immediately gets removed and everything's fine, because you might share something innocently. Like once I remember a favorite song was coming on YouTube, I just made a story of it, sang along with it, and posted it, and Instagram immediately uh, gave me a notification saying that okay, this is a copyrighted content and it is getting restricted in certain countries. So I really thought it's not something to be really taken seriously or be worried about, to be very honest. Say after 2-3 hours of me posting that story and it getting removed, what happened was I made a post in which I shared a giveaway. And usually when I share a giveaway, it is supposed to be performing better, and even more engagement and reach is supposed to be coming to that particular post, because a lot of people do participate. So once I made the post, I just went on with my day, and once I opened my Instagram after say 3-4 hours, I realized that I had zero. I wouldn't say a zero, but yeah, I had very next to negligible reach on my that particular post. When I got into checking, I realized that none of my hashtags were working, which means that none of the hashtags were showing my post. If I go on to a particular hashtag that I'd used, in none of those hashtags my post was shown. Of course, it got me worried, and then I, like anybody else would probably do, I happened to Google, I happened to speak to a couple of friends who have been on Instagram for a while and everything, and I was introduced to this concept of shadow ban. Honestly, I'd heard of this concept, but I never really bothered about it too much. So then what happened was that, like any normal person would do, I read 100 articles at least. I went through a lot of YouTube videos. I went through everything that I could basically find on the internet. So the outcome was that I really thought I was shadow banned, confirmed, and secondly, my reach had been restricted by Instagram. So of course it really worried me, because Instagram is something from where I started. I am on YouTube, I am on TikTok, I am on every forum that you would find a content creator on, but Instagram is where I started from. So that's something very close to me. My account is very close to me. So I got very worried, and I happened to read articles which said that this could be permanent as well. So I, of course, took the wise decision. I reported it to Instagram, and the moment I reported, it was taken care of, and I was confirmed. And I'm not just saying it, I was confirmed by the representatives of Instagram that no such concept of shadow ban exists, and Instagram would never indulge in those practices which would restrict the reach of a creator. And I really thought, okay, that makes sense, because, of course, if we are creators and we are having an audience, and if that audience just does not get to see what we do, eventually I'll just shut my account and I'll just move to another platform. So Instagram would not do that. Instagram would want me to stay there. Instagram would want me to have that audience over there, right? So then I was very sure that I was not shadow banned. There is no concept of shadow banning. Maybe you could use different terms for it, but what had happened basically was that I posted something which was not supposed to be posted, and I was penalized for it. Like, it's common sense. So then couple of things that I read about, and I found out that you are not supposed to be doing on Instagram. So I was sure I was not shadow banned. And one thing which was true on the net was that it will lift after 14 days, and it did happen with me to the I think it happened at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and immediate and exactly after 2 weeks, around 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or something, I checked, and all my hashtags were working. So when you read the community guidelines of Instagram, it clearly says that if you violate something, they might put certain restrictions, and of course, it depends upon the severity of the violations, basically. So since thankfully my violation was a very small one, I would say. Secondly, it was not something I did intentionally, or my record thankfully is being good with Instagram, so it was lifted. But of course, as far as I could understand, that if you're a spam account, if you do something that is spammy, that is how what basically creates the problem. So it was basically a situation I created myself. It wasn't something Instagram did, it was my fault. And of course, like, now that I make any post, any story, anything that I'm posting on Instagram, I'm very thoughtful and very careful and very conscious about what I'm posting, what hashtags am I using, what is allowed, what is not allowed. So in this video, I wanted to share my experience over here. And the second part of the video, I'm going to be covering what all can you avoid on your account, just to not come under that radar of Instagram, where they might feel that you are doing something which is not supposed to be done. So there is a concept of banned hashtags. I never knew these existed, but if you go on a hashtag, for example, a beauty blogger, I never knew it's a banned hashtag. The reason being that certain people might have posted some, I don't know, illicit content, or maybe something that was not supposed to be posted on Instagram, and a lot of people reported it. So if you search for beauty blogger hashtag, you will see that Instagram clearly says that the recent posts have been hidden from this particular hashtag, because a lot of people from the community itself had reported certain violations. So the surprising aspect is I'm a beauty blogger, so I used to use that hashtag really often. So of course I removed it from all my posts, but you got to be very conscious about what hashtags you are using, because there are a lot of hashtags which are banned. So how do you find out if a hashtag is banned or not? Manually search the hashtag on Instagram in the search section, and if once you search the hashtag, if all the posts show under that hashtag, then it's fine. It's a working hashtag. Everything's in place. But like in the case of a beauty blogger, it showed restricted, and in case of a completely banned hashtag, there will be no post under that hashtag. Even if it will show that okay, so and so million posts, none of the posts will appear when you search for that hashtag, right? So you're not supposed to be using those hashtags. Then the second mistake that you could be probably doing is repeating your hashtags all the time. If you keep repeating the hashtags, the Instagram system, server, whatever you may call it, thinks that maybe you're a bot, because of course it's a machine that keeps repeating the hashtag. So what I will suggest to you is that keep shuffling your hashtags every time you make a post. Third thing to do is, please make sure don't buy any followers, any likes, anything for that matter. And trust me, it's something you'll do good to your account. Reason being that if you buy the followers, your engagement rate will go down, because at the end of it, it's going to be the same number of people engaging on your profile and your post, right? So if for example I have a 5% reach, and if I add say 10,000 followers, my reach will eventually go down to say 3%, 3.5%. So it kills 1.5% of my reach, and that's not good. And for somebody who has a great reach, I think it's the biggest damage you can cause to your account. So please stay away from buying followers. And one more peculiar thing that I found was that Instagram might take action against your account if your account is getting reported a lot of times. If you're posting content like which is a copyrighted content, and if it's somebody else's content, like if you go to my profile, which is Nelis by Arushi on Instagram, I have clearly mentioned that you can't use my pictures, my content without my permission. So, for example, you go on my profile and you repost a thing without giving me credit, you remove my watermark, and we all know that's very easy, and you just post it claiming it to be your own work. I reported to Instagram, and of course Instagram sees that I'm the creator of that particular post, and Instagram will obviously remove the post, and of course hence you violated the guideline. So you have to make sure that even if you're reposting something or using somebody's post, you have to give them credit and you have to seek permission from them. That's very important. Then the final thing is, don't violate the guidelines. I would suggest that as soon as you're done watching this video, please open the Instagram community guidelines. You will find it under the help center, and read them thoroughly, and make sure that you don't do anything which Instagram does not want you to do. Giving you a very brief idea about Instagram community guidelines is that about the COVID situation, they are not appreciating any posts that promote masks, sanitizers, or anything in relation to COVID, like maybe immunity boosters or anything. They are not letting you sell those, they are not letting you promote those. Reason being that a lot of people are misusing this particular situation to their benefit by overcharging people for sanitizers and masks. So, Instagram is not appreciating that. And anything you post in relation to COVID, promoting basically mask or sanitizer, whatever, will be violating the community guidelines. And let me tell you that they are taking it as seriously as posting nudity, or maybe posting something that is really against the law. So the second thing is, of course, don't post any nudity, don't put any sexual comments on anybody's post, don't harass anybody, don't make hate comments, don't make hate pages. I've seen certain pages, like there was a page I saw which was nail trash, where they would share a person's nail picture, and they would like just trash the picture, and other people would comment, and they'll also be saying all sorts of rubbish about the nail art. And that eventually, I'm sure, got reported, and I think that account has been removed. But don't do that. Then there are certain things, just don't break the law. I mean, we all know what the law is, and being a lawyer, let me tell you this, that ignorance of law is no plea. So you have to know what is within the limits of law, and what is when you are breaking the law. So please be very conscious about all of that. Also, don't put anything that is showing any sort of injury, self harm, anything that basically disturbs your audience, because you have to be very sensitive towards it, in the sense that it's a platform on which people from every age are there, from 13 years old till 65 years, or maybe even more. So you have to be very sensitive towards whatever you are posting on Instagram. Coming to the third part of the video, what do you do when something like this happens to you? Okay, you might post something thinking that you can post it, you are allowed to post and stuff, but what do you do in a scenario where you are in a situation like mine? I would suggest report it to Instagram. In my scenario, Instagram was a lot of help, and of course I got like a lot of answers from Instagram, and of course I waited it out for 14 days. It it varies, because it's of course the Instagram's prerogative as to how and for how many days would they want to punish you for whatever you've done. But do not fall for anyone who comes to you and tells you that, okay, I am so and so person, I have so and so knowledge, and I can fix it for you. Trust me, no one but Instagram can fix it for you. So don't fall for anybody like this. Also, there'll be certain hacks and certain things. You'll find like hundred of things on the web saying that, okay, you do this, it'll get fixed, you do that, it'll get fixed. Nothing works. Just wait it out and let Instagram help you. So I really hope that you like this video. I'm so sorry if it's a little lengthy for you to see, but I just wanted to put across my situation so that whatever I faced because of a stupid mistake, you guys don't do that. Please make sure you're very conscious about what you're posting where, and that it does meet the community guidelines, be it YouTube, Instagram, any platform that you use has certain guidelines you have to follow. When you make an account, you agree with the platform. It's sort of a virtual agreement you sign with them that if you break the guidelines, they are at liberty to take action against you. So please be very conscious about that. Finally, I'd like to repeat that as for me, I know I'm going to get like very different opinions on this particular video. The concept of shadow ban does not exist. I think you should be really conscious about what you're posting, and as long as you do that, there's nothing that's going to trouble your account. So with this, I'm signing off. I hope you liked today's video. I wasn't something I usually post, but I would love to hear your comments about it. And also, if you've had any experiences of such kind with Instagram, I would love to hear them. Please do leave them in the comments below. I promise to read all of them. Also, if you have any questions in relation to the video or in relation to Instagram, feel free to reach to me. I will try my best to respond to each one of the comments. Stay safe at home and please take care of your loved ones. I will see you soon with another video. Meanwhile, check out these two videos on nail care at home and feet care at home, and do share your views on these as well. Bye bye.